the Gold Leader Z. Now, you may be thinking, Sid, you already looked at this thing. Well, technically, because what I do is the tier 1s, I chuck them into the first look video, you know, the first look where I look at the whole update. That'll normally be the, like, surrogate tier 1 video as well. But I feel like this thing really deserves its own video as well, because it's just so cool. And I've had to look at this thing so much recently, you know, making the thumbnails and everything, that when opting for cars that really deserved more is this thing, the Gold Leader Z, which surprisingly is nothing to do with Nissan. It's just the Forsberg Gold Leader Z, and I want to take it into, you know, some more street races. Maybe take those horns off it, even though the horns are very cool. I might end up taking those horns off. And, you know, just seeing what else, okay, what other kind of fun we can have with this thing. I might combine some updates, actually. Yeah, let's combine some updates. But I'll explain that later. Let's take off these horns. I'm gonna take off the horns, okay? No horns, unfortunately. I might go buy one of the bundles. There's some gold tires in one of the bundles. Let's go buy that, because, okay, that's not the right thing. What am I trying to look for? That was what I was trying to look for. My brain ain't chugging on all gears right now. We're not gonna go with the fireworks underglow for sure, but we will use these, the golden stripes. Obviously, we're not on the main account, so there's not a lot we can do, really. Let's hope we can at least put the golden stripes on the Gold Leader Z. That's the hope. And let's take off these. I mean, we could go with the eagle, but I'm not gonna be going with the eagle. You know what? We will go with... No, we can't use them. Oh, are we only allowed to use Dominion stuff? Maybe that's how it works. I don't know. I guess we'll see. When I'm on the main account, we shall see if I'm able to... I'm thinking about words. I mean, I did say that I wanted to go on the main account, and there's a thing, right? One really weird thing about the Gold Leader Z and all of the Forsberg cars is they have really weird tire restrictions for some reason. For some reason, they don't allow a lot of the basic tires. That annoys me because obviously, like you saw, I can put on the gold ones, and there's a lot of gold ones I can't put on. Like, they're customizing it on the main account here. These are the only gold tires I can put on, and they're not even the right gold. They're not even the right gold, and nothing else works. Nothing else works in the slightest. I hate it. I hate it. I mean, you know, I guess I could. No, I can't. I guess I could go with, like, you know, no vanities, but I mean, I want to put something on. Thankfully, that doesn't extend to here. You know, we can still put on low poly golden. We can still put on the one that I am gonna put on. I mean, there's obviously Gold Rush, but Gold Rush is terrible. Where's the kicker? The best one. Golden Smoke and Gold Rush Nitro, which looks the coolest. There we go. Hear me out. I think this stuff, I'm going to black out the windows. As you can see, I've clearly blacked out everything. There we go. I know the silver tires look odd, but what can I do? Like, literally, what can I do? Nothing is the answer. But here you go. You can see there's the gold smoke, which looks pretty cool. And then there is the golden nitro, which also looks very, very cool. I mean, there you can see it's pretty sick. You know, it's actually, it works. It helps. And I'm definitely curious, like, what? Let me know what you think. Because, I mean, it's weird, the vanity restrictions that apply. Obviously, maybe you don't have that many vanities, so it doesn't really matter to you. At that point, you can't even customize these cars. I can see where these cars would start to lose a bit of steam when you can't even customize them. Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, I still find this car very cool, and I still can't wait to use it in PvP, which actually, to be fair, by now I already have, and don't get me started on PvP. Where's the update, huh? I've actually checked, like, every day since the... Oh, wait! Finally! Here it is! It's the PvP update! Okay, so there you go. Yeah. Yeah. But this playlist is still just as boring. Yippee. Well, back to the early access account. If we're able to put on things that aren't... You know what I'm talking about. Okay, well, let's take this thing into an event. A certified hood classic. Can't go wrong with it. Harlem West. Here we are. And I want to see how this thing actually fares. I've put the 001010. The default pro settings. I know it clips like most cars in the Crew 2 do. But... let's see how it fares around turns like these. I want to see it making shortcuts. I'll leave in segments maybe where I'm not talking too much because I want to nail this. Okay, it's not amazing. It's, oh God, I see the front of this thing every time and I'm like, oh, it's a good looking car. It's a good looking car. But I definitely think this thing would be usable in something like PvP for sure, 100%. Okay, good enough. Okay, we are just so Nissan heavy recently with this thing, with the other 240, every Nissan this update, and then the one we got just before, the 300ZX. They like what a chill, chill. It's a very pristine car. Like, the color of the gold, I know I was looking at images of this in Forza, this same car, and the color of the gold is different. I'm not sure which one's more accurate, probably Forza, but who cares? But, like, it's a very, very pristine color, and I really like the vibe of this thing. But hey, Forsberg told us specifically to take care of this thing, but... there's one thing I want to try. I think this thing looks pretty nice in a race like this. Now, the agency, I don't look back fondly on it. At least, I don't look back fondly on being in the agency. But when you play one event on its own like this, it's actually pretty fun. It's very, very fun. You know, they're nice stunt-themed things. Definitely over the game. The game I found just so dull. This one was at least pretty cool in its own little contained thing. Especially when the cars are maxed out and you kind of don't care about getting the most points. You just care about doing some cool stunts. Honestly, one thing I would love if... okay, one thing I'd love is if they went back and made these... How do I describe this? If they went back and updated these events so they don't look behind the scenes. Because you know how for every... what am I trying to say? Okay, I don't even know what's happened there. My bad, Forsberg. I'll bring it back in one piece, don't worry. One of the big Motorpass issues was the fact that everything was like behind the scenes and behind the scenes and behind the scenes, you know. And then after the game, from the game, they just made it so that you were doing stuff, you know. Like, it was just a stunt show that they were filming. And then for the contractor, for US Speed Tour, it was just a speed tour that they were filming. For contractor, presumably the contractor was a show about people doing taxiing, limoing, and hauling. But instead, you just did it instead of them being, oh, here's the cool bit. Instead of them being like, look, green screens. Look, like, get in this green screen taxi. The CGI taxi. Oh, that's so sick. So sick. And, where is this the jump off? I'm stuck to the wall. And then, you know, American Legends was presumably like a documentary series. And this is just, I guess, you know, a racing series on all of Chris Forsberg's cars and whatnot. And there we go. I just wanted to have some fun in a game event because they're kind of fun when you play them in very, very small bursts, you know. Back when I did my Motorpass documentary, I had to play a lot of game events, and I hated it. But when I just play one, it's pretty fun, actually. It's actually pretty fun. But that's going to be about it from me in the 240Z, the Gold Leader Z, in a bit.